so everybody's on the same page when we start. When I'm dry, take a little. Oh yeah, look at my stickers on the. That's printed on there. That little. We'll do a little merch ad. That sticker's stuck on there. And I got the. What do you call that? Glass, the drink cup thing from the merch store. Oh well.
Tumbler.
Tumbler. Thank you. Hey friends, it's still Squeaked. Happy Wednesday, Friends Day. I'm excited you're here with us. This is part 2. I've linked the reference photo in this video's description. There's another link because I've got a companion piece with 2 more pairs. Emily's here with us tonight.
Hello.
We're just gonna fly right over and jump in, and I might recap just a little for if anybody's new with us tonight. I'm like making throat noises and kind of I'm not stuttering but stumbling. Oh, and I didn't set up my chair.
Well, yeah, I was kind of all of a sudden like, oh, it's 57.
I'm glad you noticed the time, Em. We want to start on time. That's okay. My chair will be fine. I'll just scooch it. Scoochy. Oh, it wants me to install a video game of some sort. YouTube. Oh, I got a complaint.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, it's not a big one. But as long as I'm kind of shuffling around here. It was under my cloud video, which is my most popular video on YouTube. And it said too many ads, which I appreciated the complaint. And maybe it wasn't a complaint, maybe it was a statement. So I went and looked, and we have ads set. Well, we had ads set every 10 minutes. And now we're letting YouTube set the ads because in theory, when it learns what our viewers like, but that doesn't make sense because it shows ads based on the watcher's preference, not the...
It's supposed to just, be an algorithm of like...
Yeah.
It's supposed to be an AI algorithm that's like learning when is the best place to like put an ad in a video.
Anyway, I looked at that video and it was fine. And then just because we or YouTube sets it every so often, doesn't even mean they show you the ad at that time. It's not like it always clicks on. So I just sent them a note. But it's a reminder that we probably do have more ads on our videos at this time until YouTube figures out whatever it's figuring out.
Yeah. I've noticed that too. Like I put on a lot of like coffee shop ambiance, jazz, slow jazz, whatever. Like I'll do that while I work, or I do that while I read, or and some of them have like a nightmare amount of ads, and some have a few every, I don't know. I don't check when they're published though, so like maybe it is pre-switchover and that count hasn't switched over. I don't know, but yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's supposed to just be an algorithm to figure out. I feel like they're trying to find a sweet spot of like, oh, the AI learned that somebody, like this is right after the intro because some music started that happens in all of the videos kind of thing.
Right.
But yeah, they did warn us that it would be bumpy.
Yeah. I can't even remember. Did I use this brush last time?
I think so.
Oh gosh.
I don't know.
I think so too. So I'm using, we'll do real quick. I'm painting this, here, let me just get out here so you can see it. This video posts, 2-3 weeks because it's in the schedule. But I'm painting them so they can be bought together. They can also be purchased separately. And then I was saying last week that I'm making myself use pastels because I don't do a ton of pastels. I mean, there are some in my paintings, but not quite like this. This to me looks very springy. And I'm just using primary colors. So Cad Yellow, Medium Hue. That's not a true primary yellow. Just use whatever yellow you have. Quinacridone Magenta, Phthalo Blue green shade. That's a true primary blue. Mars Black and Titanium White. And I think I was using this brush. Emily, if you have a chance, go look at last
I'll go
look. Week's live, and I'll use the same brush. And then we did the background in real time, and it took me about an hour and a half.
Long time. Yeah.
Mostly just, and then I did whitewash it a little bit. We talked about that. So just put some white and thin white over it. I think that sets the table.
Oh yeah, you use that brush.
And I did talk about how I drew this. I did. Okay, thanks.
Unless you have another brush that look about that size.
No,
okay,
and this one's pretty abused.
Yeah.
I was just saying that I printed this out to size, and normally I just trace for speed. I'm a full-time artist, so that, faster I paint, the more money I make, basically. I just folded it in half and folded it in half, and then figured half and half on my I've got a 12 or an 8 by 8 wood panel here, 1.5 inch thick. I had put clear gesso on it before I painted it to help me draw it. And I also figured out where the horizon line is in the other painting and made it the same in this painting. So I think that gets us up to speed. If that isn't enough, please ask questions or you can message me. I have a public email posted on my About Me page here on Facebook, on YouTube.
Coming live to you.
As long as I catch my misspeaks, I don't mind. But when I misspeak and I don't have any idea that I did that, I'm like, I might put the stems in.
Okay.
I might put the stems in.
Cute.
Yeah.
So far tonight in the chat with us, we've got Barbara, Teresa, and Marty.
Hey, thanks for, and then other friends, I assume.
Oh yeah, and some mass amount of friends.
That's fine. Thanks for joining us tonight. Oh, I'm going to say it now and I'll say it again. No live next week. We'd be busy. This reminds me of when I used to paint pet portraits with a palette knife. I have the patience to get that kind of detail. And then I'm like, oh, it'd be so much faster if I stopped I was doing the palette knife to try and be looser with them. I just went to a brush because I'm like, well, it'd be quicker with a brush. The way I'm doing it. The way I was doing it with a palette knife. Maybe I'll just put the brown in for now so I sort of can see the anchor. Oh, and I talked about, you do not have to do these things that I do. Just share my art crazy thoughts with you all. I have the stem going that way, even though it's just a straight up little stem in the reference photo, because it'll point, if they bind them together, it points. Here, we'll talk about this one more time. I know you guys heard this last week, some of you. So this one's is like a stop. I was going to say kind of, it is. And then this guy is looking in. This guy is actually looking out of the painting, but this guy is a stop. And then I have his stem looking that way on purpose. That's why I did that. And you know what? Then I always say this, it's Portrait of a Pears. You don't need to think that hard about it. But I overthink. Do you know how many times I say I overthink. Oh gosh, I'm trying to make this a one brush painting, but it would be easier with a little round brush. I'm not doing too bad here though. Thinned out my paint with a little bit of water. Usually I mix my browns or else I use burnt umber. And last week I realized this is a little redder, but that little bit is a burnt umber I squeezed out. It's really close. I was kind of proud of myself because if I tried to mix it and be a show off, I'd probably take me a long time to get there. But when I just happened to do it.
Barbara says, are these two videos available for a while in your YouTube channel?
Yeah, we don't ever take them down.
Yeah. Well, when did you say that next pair was going to go up?
It's on my calendar on my desk if you want to be.
I wonder if you've already kind of planned it out, I might actually have it.
Oh, have the schedule because I put the dates on the.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, it was like live pair. I was like, uh-oh, that's like.
It's a Friday.
The 25th. Friday the 25th of this month.
Yeah. I've left up my old videos, even though, in my opinion, if you go back and look over the last 4 years, you can see the improvement. Even my drawing skills have gotten better, even though I don't draw much. Because I think that's helpful, like practice, everybody can improve, everybody can get better. I don't think you ever get there. I think you can always challenge yourself and do different things. When I first painted this background, I really didn't like it. And I really didn't like it until last week when we did the live. No, I'm sorry. Until I got this painting finished. I'm like, oh, that works. I like it. But boy, it was driving me crazy for a long time. And so this one I'm more confident with because I'm like, oh, I know it will work. But that wasn't the question. So far we don't take anything down.
Yeah.
It might get one view, something old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I literally don't think there's anything we've taken down. You still continue to leave up. Proof that you take nothing down is that the short, for some reason, that has one of the most views of all your shorts, that is a no word, wrong orientation.
The Halloween one?
Halloween video, yeah, of like the Halloween trailer for the fabric that you did.
Oh, I did that for the fabric company.
Yeah, that is proof that nothing gets taken down on this channel.
We change our minds as we learn and grow and figure out what people like. I'm trying to decide what, it takes me a minute. I mean, I've been chatting too. It takes me a minute to know what I want to do. You know what I should do maybe is I'm going to get rid of this paint, is put in the darks. One of the things I need to work on is painting bigger shapes to challenge myself. I like to get into the weeds. It's not like you have to do something like that. It's not like you have to paint loose. But I've been challenging myself to paint loose just because I think you grow as an artist if you don't do the same thing all the time. If you do the same thing all the time, though, you can get really good at that thing. I mean, there's a right and a wrong to all of it. I don't like the word right and wrong, but I think you guys get the gist.
Barbara says, great, thank you.
Oh, sure. Thanks for asking. That lime green is really pretty. The Phthalo Blue green shade is such a strong color, so it can be a pain because like you had just teeny bits of it, and it's plenty, but at the same time it makes it pretty mixes. I like it.
Oh, Chase popped in with his $9.99, his little goat emoji.
Oh, hi Chase, man. I think I'll see you Friday, maybe. He'll be going, what?
I hadn't even mentioned to him yet.
Yeah, well, you're in trouble now.
Oh. Then he just goes, oh, yeah, it's a game night.
What movie are you going to see?
The Superman movie.
Oh, did I hear that was good?
Oh, yeah. It's supposed to be good.
That's
first, they're kind of like trying to redo the what are those? The DC side. Because like they kind of had a bunch of flops, I guess.
Oh.
So they're doing a reboot with a director that has done a handful of like the Marvel movies. And so they're basically letting him be lead or whatever. Mm-hmm. And this is his first, it's not his first thing in DC because he did
Are we talking about the lead actor or something?
Huh? No, like the director guy.
Ah, okay.
There's like, basically, from what I understand through osmosis of learning and osmosis is a different way, but through absorbing what Chase says about all of the stuff, is that basically the Marvel universe has like one guy that is like kind of like main, and he's the big operation of like, this is where we're gonna go, this is what we're gonna do, this is the big overall story. And then once it got too big, he brings on trusted directors and things because, like you can't run the show on your own when 7 movies are coming out in a year,
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
DC has had a bunch of flops, and they're trying to do the same thing. And a guy that has done a few, like he did the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Ooh.
I
like it. I only seen the first one. I really liked it.
He did the first one. I think he did the first one. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, he is basically going to be the DC's version of the Marvel guy. And he's going to run the whole show, do the whole thing. And this is his first big one with it. He did one movie and a TV show in the DC universe, but this is like the first reset, I think, of everything.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I love how you know all that.
That's what I've absorbed. It's just kind of like the only thing I know about sports is what I have to listen to. Well, I have to listen to Chase make like 3 phone calls and talk about it 3 different times on 3 different occasions for me to absorb it.
Oh, me. Well, that would be me too. I don't get it the first time.
So that's basically what happened, is because you know, the trailer comes out, so then there's the anticipation conversation that I hear him have with people, and then
yeah, that's part of the fun.
Yeah. So, but the big question is like when it does get bigger, you know, and he can't be the only man on the ship. Mm-hmm. Is he going to be able to find good directors that he can kind of just like hand it off to?
It's like finding good help.
You know. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's the tea.
That's the tea.
That's
wow.
the tea.
That's some tea. I was going to go darker, and I decided to put some orange here and then go darker on top of it and see what it does. And then I'm glad I put the stem in because I can paint over it and still see it. So I sort of knew what I was doing there. Okay, now I'm thinking in my head, if it's everywhere, it's nowhere. All right, let's put some brown, or I don't know. I kind of did brown, so yeah, let's put some brown in, or maybe like an orangey brown. Well, that'll be fun. I haven't been to a movie in quite a while. Mm-hmm. Of course, I'm telling myself these don't have to match. You know what? It'd be easier easier on my poor brushes. I buy cheap. I have some nicer brushes, a few, but not a lot. Really. Oh, that's pretty much that color. That's why that color's there. I just put it in here. I'm a little, it's been a week. I haven't thought about this painting. It takes a minute to...
It's literally been a week.
Literally. Kind of reminds me of when, the last sport I played was golf. You kind of have to warm up and get in the groove again. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's why I mixed that color. That's funny. Well, at least you can see how I mixed it. I pretty much always mix an orange to make a dark brown and add black. I've said that a lot of times. I'm not going to do the whole speech. I'm looking at my other painting, just a little nervous. It doesn't have a ton of brown in it. After I did all that. Oh, my shelf's squeaking.
Squeak, squeak. Oh, I can hear it in the video.
Yeah, did ya?
Yeah.
Maybe I never wipe off my brush after I clean it with water. So I just swiped are we in frame? Swiped the water off. I'm just kind of trying to lighten it. I should just leave it alone. Oh, this color. So let's put some over here. The dry brushing is nice. If you're looking for loose, like right there, that's much nicer than what I got over here. Well, I don't know. I did it quicker. It's maybe more I don't know if I want it up there. Let's do some green. I'm gonna clean out my brush. Gosh, I don't have dry mouth. Maybe because I talked nonstop since you got here, but still, that's not a lot of talking. Mm-hmm. Poor Emily.
I was talking.
You were. We had a few things to catch up on.
Yeah, I only saw you, what? Sunday?
I see you technically three times a week.
I know I won't see you this Sunday, though. Bummer. And I don't see you tomorrow. Usually I see you tomorrow. I'll see you Friday.
I can bring food or cook food or...
I know, I was kind of thinking about what do I feel like. I was kind of thinking.
I'm just nervous about the value and the color, and that happens to me.
Teresa says that's definitely loose. Good job.
Yeah, it'll get tighter. But thank you.
Just you wait. We're only 20 minutes into this.
Well, I need to maybe speed up. Well, I always say I need to speed up. I'm not a fast painter, which also made me nervous about YouTube. Mm-hmm. It's a little darker than I want, I think. Maybe. On this one, I'm thinking define the shadow shapes a bit better right off the bat. Now, it doesn't mean the other painting I flashed, which I'll flash again, is wrong. It's just what I'm thinking. As I'm trying to make them go together, I'm also trying to learn from it. If that makes any sense. Maybe we'll get a little... I keep forgetting I can turn it. I do that all the time because most of the videos I do are... I pop in and chat, but they have time-lapse intervals. I thought Wally might come in. Maybe he went to sleep. Wally's my cat. Oh, and Chase is Emily's husband, if you're new.
Easy to get those two confused, too.
No, just explaining.
But the way that you said it one after the other, it feels like they might get mixed up.
Oh, does it? I was just thinking it while you were talking, and then it popped back into my head.
I do wonder, Chase and I were talking recently about that dog that, I was coming home from... Chase and I were living in our apartment, and I was coming home from, I think, a girls' night, so it was late. And it was a girls' night, and all my friends lived kind of, on the other side of town. So, I probably had, a 30-minute drive home. So it was probably, 12:30. I was getting home, and it was, November, because we looked it up on my phone, because I posted, lost dog type thing. And a dog, it not, charges at me, but he was a black little dog, and he was running at me in the middle of the night.
Oh, yeah.
And we found him, and when we took him to the Humane Society...
Oh, that's right, I forgot about that.
He got put on the website the next day, because I assumed he didn't have a chip or anything. But they named him Chase, and I really do wonder if they kept the dog's name, or, if the new owners kept him named Chase.
Oh, yeah, because...
Chase saved a Chase, and little Chase is running around somewhere.
Aw, yeah.
Be cute.
I forgot about that story.
Teresa says Izzy and Radar are always waiting to hear Wally or hear y'all talk to him. They think y'all are talking to them.
Oh, hi guys.
Yeah, when I
always go, or else I don't know if it might be loud if I whistle, but I whistle so Wally knows I'm going downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting smoother. All that nice dry brush is gone.
If I use my cat voice, the way you talk to your pets or whatever, when I FaceTime Chase, the girls will come. They'll hear my voice from wherever they are, and they do the same for Chase too. Even if they just hear him talking, they come find me. They're like, "Hey, where's Dad?"
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, he's in the light box.
I'm like, oh, the phone.
Yeah, I saw. What was it? I saw there's some YouTube video or some meme video or something about how cats need to... the reason they walk over the keyboard is they're trying to protect you from the light boxes, you know?
That's funny. I had not heard that. I've given up on worrying about whether these are going to be exactly the same. I'm trying to get a little glow. Oh, I think I've got it. Here, it might be easier to show you on the done one. So I've got quite a bit of glow right here, and then the shadow, and then it's darker actually in a bit. It should make it look rounder. And then the light is in a bit. You can have the light on the side. On this reference photo, it is literally on the side. So it's not like you have to do what I just mentioned. It's just something you can do if you think it doesn't look round enough. It might help. Okay, paint. I feel like I'm going too slow. I'm gonna put a little of that color right in there.
I really like that limey, or not the. It's maybe more of the Kelly green, the dark shading on the pear green.
Oh, do you? Yeah, it's a little darker than the other one, but I'm like,
I like it.
It's fine.
It's juicy.
I walked myself through every painting. Gosh, I think I walk myself through life. Sometimes I don't. I'm like, I just don't like something, but. Let's see, this is kind of a tricky pear.
What am I gonna do?
It's bent over. So I was going to title the one I just flashed that's done Lean on Me. And this one, It's like, I think I'm going to call it, I'm open to title ideas if you guys want to suggest any. No pressure if you don't want to. But I'm thinking of this one is like Don't Look, because it looks like it's looking around.
This would be another, like, there's another Pear one you've done that it was like Lost Contact Lens or something.
Yeah, they look like they were both looking.
Yeah, this would be another good, like, one similar to that, you know?
Yeah, I think all my Pears, most of my Pears have titles like that.
Yeah, I like that you name them people-y titles, like they're people.
They look like people to me.
They do look like people. People.
I really like the family reunion one. That one I've linked in the video's description. It has a traceable. If you want a traceable for Pears, and then you could crop it. I think I've got them grouped in 3s, but you could crop. You could crop it down to 2, leave one out, just have one going off the edge of the canvas, something like that. Okay, that's not as dark as I thought I was going to get. Go ahead.
We've got 3 minutes to our normie.
Oh gosh, yeah, I need to pick up the pace.
Little.
Oh, I got some Phthalo Blue green shade in my brush. I do recommend a much bigger palette, like a Stay Wet palette or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, but this gets us close and in frame and all those good things.
You like your little palettes.
I do, because I can stack them and store them.
Mm-hmm.
I do like them.
Oh, the kitty cat is this Friday. Oh, I really love this cat.
Cat in the window.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's not doing what I want. It's making me nervous here. Let's So I'm just thinking brushstroke direction. It gets a little tricky with this one.
Oh, that's a good way. Teresa says, I think it looks like a child hugging a parent. It does.
Oh.
Like hugging about like waist level.
It does.
It does.
Thank you. I was going to say mom hug, but the mom's not hugging. Or the dad hug.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, it does look like a hug. Because the little
it could be love you, mom. It could be the.
Oh yeah, that's cute.
That's sweet.
Mm-hmm. But I was gonna call it an antenna, but the branch stem, like he's hugging.
It does.
Well, that's a
Thank
good
you for
idea.
saying that. And I also like what people see. That's fun. So now I've got it lighter than I wanted after all that panicking. That seems like too strong of a word, but something like that.
The meltdown.
That seems even stronger.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's funny. I sneak up on my paintings just like in the, I don't know if you guys, I don't know if you guys have watched my cloud video. And I talk about sneaking up on the clouds. It makes it a little easier because you don't have to get them right out of the box. And I also demo different brushes. But I do quite a bit of that sneaking up on my paintings in general. Build them. I mean, really, you could be done. Maybe I'd put some paint over the background, but you can leave it. So it's about time for a commercial.
Commercial, yeah. It's 29 now.
I've only had 1 caffeine today.
Ooh.
Well, that's normal, really. But I'm like, why am I?
Are you jazzed?
No.
Oh.
No, because I still have most of it left in my cup.
Oh.
I did a commercial at the beginning.
Yeah, your cup commercial.
Yeah. Probably people ran right away. Boy, though, when you do all the things, liking, sharing, we have channel members, that just amazes me. I'm like, thank you so much. It helps a ton. Maybe I'll stop, except I keep seeing. So what's happening is I'm getting little dry bits off my palette. It's not too bad with the styrofoam plate because it'll absorb a little bit into the plate. And I'm worried about that spot, but really I'm going to put spots and dots on it anyway. Okay, I'm just having a little bit of indecisive. We can fix whatever I don't like. So I say we.
Yeah.
When I need help, it's we.
Mm-hmm.
When I got it, it's all me. I'm like, oh yeah, I did that.
Like when I used to like talk to the kids at the gym. Okay, we can't hit people.
Well, there's that too.
Make it a we thing. It's less of a blow to the. I don't know why. Why is that less of a blow to like
their ego?
Their ego. Yeah, it makes them feel like, they did something wrong, but it wasn't. I don't know.
We don't hit people.
Yeah, we don't hit people.
Okay, I'm mucking. I should probably stop. Except for I want to do maybe where my light's going to go to help remind me. So I'm looking at my reference photo. Because I may paint over it, but it'll still... Oh, that was actually kind of nice. I should just leave it. I did do it twice. That's just something I talked about working on, is like laying it down and leaving it. Like an oil painter, you kind of need to do that a bit more. If you're doing wet on wet, you get mud more easily. I'm moving this highlight in. I might put one right here. Now I'm just thinking of changing the highlight shape a little bit. When I'm chatting and painting, I definitely line things up. I'll do it when I'm painting and listening to a audiobook. Okay, stop fussing. All those little extra brush strokes don't do anything. Ooh, I kind of like that. I'm going to look at the stream. Kind of got a nice glow right there. Oh yeah, when I look at the stream, I like it so much better than when I'm 6 inches from it. And I'm excited. I got new lenses. These are old frames, but I got new lenses. They're working great. And they're clean. And I can read teeny tiny things.
Woo!
Wait till you can relate to that.
Yeah, I just take my glasses off to read at night, you know?
I didn't get glasses till how old? 40s?
Yeah.
For reading?
Yeah, I
For
got
reading?
glasses in like 3rd grade, lady.
Oh, lady.
Lady.
Okay, I just want to take a minute and thank Marty L. Is she in the chat? Oh, yeah, I see Marty in the chat. For sending money to support the channel. And someone from Church, Virginia, VA is Virginia, I think. They bought a Winnie the Pooh greeting card on my, it's linked in my video's descriptions. It's a print store that has also t-shirts and, gosh, it has shower curtains. I've sold one shower curtain, I think. It's a weird address. It's anne-troe.pixels.com. They do a nice job. My dad bought a bunch of prints through there before he passed away. He had this, all right, I got to tell the story. He had this little art wall in his entryway. And all kinds of little paintings. He would make people come in and look at it. I'm like, that's a good dad. Oh, and then a reminder again, no live next week. Okay. That's all the public service announcements. That's what we could call them maybe, except for I'm thanking people. The Winnie the Pooh is from the first book, which is in the public domain, and then I kind of put my own twist on them. But there's 4, maybe 5 paintings up there. I plan on doing more. I'm waiting for the next book. And I know we talked about it. I can't remember if the next book's in the public domain yet, meaning it's copyright free. Especially since I license my art, I'm careful. I try to be very careful about that. Although I've done a couple things just because I was dying to paint them. And some artists think, and gosh, I'm not a lawyer, but I've got an intellectual property lawyer who disagreed with this. That if you paint it, it's okay, or you change it a little bit and it's okay. I'm like, no. It doesn't work that way. Or I'm just selling one original. I'm like, no.
Oh, sorry, did I cut you off?
Nope. I just was thinking I should stop because I was on a soapbox.
Oh, I was going to say, Marty said, yes, having new eyes is always fun, smiley face.
I have new eyes.
And Marty also said, I put no live on my calendar, laughing emoji, after I thought there was no live last week.
Yeah. I'm going to prep for one of the things is I'm going to prep for my show in August. It runs the whole month. But I'm hanging it on the 27th. I've got a map made of where the paintings I have are going. So that, it's a little bit of a puzzle. It's just like a painting. I like, okay, my biggest one's going here in the middle of this big wall. And then I built out from it, you know. And I only have so many more other big ones because I sell small ones much faster than I sell I'm getting in the weeds here because I'm talking. doing little. Anyway, so I have that done. Now I just have to do tags and that might be about it. I ordered a clipboard for an email sign-up sheet. That's a pretty exciting thing to hear. Okay, let's work on, I think all I want is layers and playing with it, if that makes sense. Let me look at the stream again. Oh, maybe a little too much. I'm going to put the yellow here just because it's nice and transparent for glazing, but maybe a little, kind of like the red. I kind of made a red-orange, dirty. Chris, maybe I should put that in my shadow on the, well, that's not as dark as I thought it was going to be. There, that changes it though. I like breaking up that yellowish line highlight I had.
Teresa says, "Guess I better put it in mine too. There's nothing more disappointing than getting ready and then nothing happens."
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it is. It is.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, there was a stretch there last winter where it was.
I feel like we were canceling every other Wednesday.
Yeah, I can't remember all the reasons. The blizzards.
Blizzards.
The blizzard.
Ice storms. Yeah.
Oh, ice storm. Yeah, the blizzard is the reason I didn't have power.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big blizzard for us. I
Yeah.
haven't seen a blizzard in quite a while. Have you seen a blizzard ever?
I mean, they call it a blizzard, but like...
That was a blizzard.
That was an actual blizzard. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, so they call it a blizzard, and I feel like the blizzard hits more like... It doesn't hit so much the metro area. And if it does... There's enough houses and stuff that it kind of breaks up the blizzardness. It's just like the Dodge and like the interstate, the highway, where you actually, when they show the videos, you can tell, okay, yeah, that's a blizzard.
Didn't we have freezing rain before it too, which was lovely?
Yeah, we had freezing rain before it, and then, which was so weird to shovel because it was just like this layer of ice,
Crunch.
and then it was like, the cement was too warm, so it was just melting immediately, like right under it.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah.
I was one hip in.
Yeah.
I've had hip replacements.
Chase and I
don't know why I thought that was funny. I'm probably the only one.
I do feel that Chase was a little jealous that, like, I had a non-electrical hobby of, like, I could read and I crocheted. Like, I pretty much got a whole baby blanket that I was kind of like, oh, crap, I don't know if I'm going to get this done in time. And I cranked that thing out pretty much that day.
Because you had time.
Because I had so much time, and I read. Whereas Chase's phone was dead by, like, the power went out around 10 a.m. and his phone was dead before 2.
Aww.
Because he was like, what do I do?
Now you have backup batteries, right? Or whatever you call it.
Well, we
Backup
had
power.
that one. We just forgot about it.
Oh.
Because why was I asking for that? There was some reason I had wanted the power bank, and I was like, oh, should I buy one? Where were we going? I don't know. But, like, a couple weeks ago, I was like, oh, should we run to, like, Target and get a power bank? And then he's like, wait, I think I have one. So we had it the whole time.
Oh.
I don't know if it was charged, though.
Yeah, you gotta have them charged.
Oh, yeah, we've had Wi-Fi issues, too.
Yeah. It was quite peaceful. It got chilly.
Oh, let's see. Teresa says, where will you be in August? How do we find out about painting shows?
Oh, so it's, I'm part of an artist cooperative. It's the Artist Cooperative Gallery. It's in downtown Omaha, Nebraska. 11th and Hardy, if you're local. It runs July 20, Sunday's the 27th. July 29th through the end of August. I think we take it down August 29th or 30th. It's me and another guy. And so it's a big gallery. It's a big space. I think there's 37 of us now that are artists there. And another guy and I get the big upfront space to hang a bunch of art. So you can sign up and do a show. And it's where I sell most of the majority of my paintings is during the show. Although I sell pretty well every month too. But you were just asking location. It's in Omaha. That was the short answer. It's in Omaha.
Oh, yeah. It was also, Teresa said Wi-Fi issues. Annie was sick and recovering. That's from surgery. That's why we were also.
That's right. My hips. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me.
And that was kind of over. I feel like.
I thought I could do it, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Well, we
forgot about that.
A Wednesday off for the first hip. Or Wednesday or two.
I think we did it for both of them.
That was kind of like Thanksgiving-ish time, correct? The first one?
I had the surgery November 11th, but I can't remember anything else.
Okay, yeah. And then I feel like then we got like the ice storms, and then we had the off for the other hip, and yeah.
It was me.
Yeah, way to go.
All my fault.
Susie says these pears are beautiful.
They're
happy.
cute.
Oh, my phone thinks I said my phone's name, though. I said that. I must have slurred it a little bit. Happy to catch a live.
Fun to hang out with you. I do paint a smidge faster if I don't chitty chat, but chitty chat's fun. It's fun for me. I love it. I'm so much better at it. It was really hard for me to talk and paint. I don't know how. At least for the first year. Oh, darn. I rinsed out my brush and I never wiped the water off. It gets me almost every time. And now I'm just kind of trying to darken. I don't know if I really care what color it is. Maybe if I turn it, I forget. I've gotten so used to videoing my paintings, I forget I can turn them. I'm so grateful to be in that gallery downtown. I do sell in another gallery in Omaha, but I haven't had enough inventory to take them paintings because I've been selling better this year. Just so nice. But I'm also learning. Somebody asked me why I didn't paint something. I'm like, oh, well, I think I will if I can find a reference photo. It was an otter. It's really cute. But I also do a lot of chickens, flowers, pears, things that sell. Maybe if I retire someday, I won't. We can do all kinds of crazy things. And really, that otter, if I find a photo, I mean, Emily found one, but I'm not sure. It's really cute, and I'm just not sure that I want to do that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a little. The flowers were like perfect.
The flowers were perfect.
It was very you, but he was a little like twisted. Weird.
Yeah, he's a little twisted, and I need to look at it again. It might be perfect. I just hadn't had time to. He'll sell, especially if I paint him small, like the hedgehog sold. The hedgehog went to London. Which is fun. Or went to the UK. I don't know if it went to London. Okay, I think I need to work on the lights. And I think I need to... This one's more patchworky, and I don't know if it's working. Maybe I should work on this one just because it's harder pear. The traceables I have for the pears are easy pears to paint. They're not in funny positions. Should I be quiet? You're trying to work?
No. Just someone's asking about a program.
Oh, yeah.
I use or whatever.
You were typing a lot, so I thought maybe you had an emergency. If I just keep I'm not happy, but if I keep, I'll get there. Yeah, this one has a better shadow. Oh, I think that actually made me happier. And I don't know that it made a big difference, but just other than making me happier. Isn't that funny? And so you're not supposed to stroke like this all the time, but I'm kind of playing with how it, I put it down and then I lift up, like a sweeping the floor. Okay, I think I like it better if I muck with. So what would also make me happy is to go down to a small round brush. But we're doing one brush painting here. I don't know if I put that in the title. That'll help it be looser if I stay with a little bit bigger brush and go down to detail. I wonder if my voice is kind of rough and dry because I went on a big bike ride yesterday. I went 20 miles. I have an electric bike, so don't go, wow. But my thighs were sore because it was still, I haven't never done 20 miles before, but I went through a spot on a bike trail and all of a sudden I don't know, like half hour later, I realized I was super stuffy, so I went through something. Oops, not like that. It's not light enough.
Teresa says, "Oh wow, I'm not local. Sadly, I need you to come way southeast."
Maybe someday. It's nice. I don't ship paintings to another gallery because I don't have to ship. Don't have to pay insurance. Don't have to. So I'm gonna say this, since everything on my channel is just my opinion, and I believe that anything you make is art. It's creativity. Okay. So prefacing that, I think my paintings are really reasonably priced, which is one of the reasons I sell well. Don't you think that's fair, Em?
Sorry, say again. I was reading
No,
my
no,
text.
no. That's okay. I don't know why I was saying that now.
I agree with you.
Yeah, but I don't know why I was lecturing on that.
Well, I agree with you, whatever you were saying.
Yeah. I get in trouble sometimes because they're...
Oh, yeah. Oops. I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, so I sell this 5x5s for $30 no matter what I paint.
Oh, shipping. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah, I don't ship anything anywhere. I don't have to create it, pay for it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
And people don't...
Increase my prices.
Yeah.
But see, like, this one took me close to 5 hours.
I like that the wings look like a heart.
Yeah, isn't it? I like the whole pose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling it Peanut.
Aw.
But I also don't do it. I mean, if I make enough money, people don't understand, the kind of time that goes into it. They think you whip it out.
Yeah.
And then we have a ton of visitors at the gallery, so they're not art collectors. I'm not in an art collector type. I'm not in some fancy Manhattan gallery is what I picture,
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of have to price, too, for what keeps the cash flowing. But I do get crap from other artists down there because they're not wrong.
You're just so cute.
Well, but I'd rather paint more and have good homes for my paintings and make some money than have the right pricing and not sell hardly any.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't explain anything simply.
That's okay, girl.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Susie says, love the Blue Jay.
Oh, thank you. That one's coming up in maybe a month. I think I'm about a month out again. They've been posting, those paintings have been posting on Friday when I pop in and chat and time lapse. I think I might be there. I just can't see it because I'm on top of it. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty close to there. Now what's bothering me a little bit is this shadow area. Just maybe it needs to be... Why is it bothering me? After you paint enough, you kind of... How do I describe this? Like I started using aqua after aqua color after I watched Marla Baguetta. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. You pick up tips and little things you like from other artists. And sometimes I like to break up a line. It works, generally is a good trick that works well for me now. I'm looking at the stream and I don't know if I like that. But we're going to work on the highlights some more, I think. Oh, and the stems. Don't let me forget to paint the stems. But I think this one is twisting okay. I think the one that's hugging is bent well enough. I'm looking at the stream. I could maybe bring it in a little more.
Marty says they're just jealous. They're just jealous.
Oh, the other artists.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but thank you. Some of them are really nice. They'll come up to me like, you need, the last time it happened to me, I was at their show and they came up to me and said, you need to raise your prices. And I'm like, you're not the first person to tell me that, but they're just trying to help me.
Yeah.
And they assume I don't have any reasons or, and I can't remember what he said. And I said, well, I don't want a house full of paintings. And he quit pushing me.
Because they probably have a house full of paintings.
Yeah, a lot of artists do.
It
can take time to find your audience,
But before that, I didn't finish catching up on the chat. But Teresa said, I love the Blue Jay too, Susie. She was talking to Susie. Never mind. But she also loves the Blue Jay.
Oh, thank you.
And Teresa says, I agree with Marty. Jealousy.
My head, I have a little head.
Yeah, it's going to get bigger.
Technically, I mean, you measure it. I have a kid size or a teenage sized bike helmet.
Well, and you have
but it's going to
kids'
swell.
glasses somewhere.
I do. I have a couple pairs of kids'
Glasses.
glasses because they fit me the best.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're, anyway,
They're
they're large-sized kids' glasses. But anyway.
You're going to look like Megamind
You guys are going to bring me up to an adult-sized head.
Hey, that's kind of helpful.
That might be helpful, actually.
But Teresa says, in porcelain painting, hard lines are not allowed.
Oh, wait, no.
Yeah.
I bet not. I bet not.
Oops.
I'm painting over my highlights, but...
Ooh, I should put a PSA out.
Uh-oh.
So we've said in the past that usually, like, let's say you're a member, but also then a member is probably going to have to retroactively watch this to hear about it. But for the next 2 videos, it's just going to be, like, if somebody signs up tomorrow, they're not going to be in the end slate next week.
Yeah.
On Friday. Where they typically would.
Yeah.
But
normally, Emily updates that, and she's, like, right on top of it.
They won't be. So.
No. She's going to be helping me with my show. You're going to do all the tags.
Okay. Like, put them on the wall?
It took me a while to do the map, and this is the smallest show I've had as far as paintings. But it just takes me a while to kind of puzzle it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes together. And then I do the math wrong, and I'm like, oh, shoot, did I remember at least a foot between each painting, Not like that's a perfect spot. It just gives me a ballpark like it'll work. Because I'll change my mind or something will happen, or I'll sell one. I'll have to change the layout. Which is a good problem to have. No, I'm so grateful. I'm starting to have some collectors here in Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
That's so nice. They'll come in and see what's new. One of them gets kind of mad because they show up pretty quick and sell before she can get there. I told her, just let me know. I can, put it aside for you or something. For a while I was selling on Facebook or doing like auctions on Facebook, but I just haven't had the inventory. I'm hoping I have a couple little paintings left over, or I've got water. What's nice about this being dry, just wipe it off. Do a giveaway soon. I haven't done one through the email list. I feel bad because not everybody wants to sign up for the email list, but boy, it's nice not to have the scammers and the spammers and I just put all the emails that come in order, count them up, and have random.org pick a number.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if you maybe hate an email list, but you love to win things, your odds are so amazing.
They're even better now because I cut out a bunch of people that used to enter.
Yeah, because they enter on Facebook and they're not on the email list.
Yeah.
Or didn't move,
No, and I didn't want to, I didn't want to say, hey, giveaways. I could have said, hey, giveaway. I could post on Facebook and boost it, hey, giveaways moved to here. Then I don't feel quite so salesy, although I was quite salesy at the beginning of this stream. I don't know, I think I was feeling squirrely. It's an interesting thing. I want to sell my art, but I don't want to be salesy. Those two thoughts don't fit. That's too light. There we go. Just thin it out and it'll dry down darker. I need to look at the stream. Oh, I still don't like that part, the same part. This has a nice dark shadow, which I think I like better. Than that one. But they still go together. I was a little worried. They still go together. And then as we talked about last week, the shadow goes around the corner, but it doesn't go over here in case they buy them separately. Oh, get it in frame. I just kind of laugh at myself at all the thoughts I have. Well, that's another thing too. Like I still can't think of everything at once.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. It does get easier. It's kind of like, I don't know what. I always go to sports. I play a lot of sports. It was like when I used to shoot free throws. The more I practiced, the easier and the better I got. Then you think less. It just becomes natural. Okay, let's look at the stream and focus. Breathe. It's not bad. There's nothing really wrong with maybe. This popped in my head. Let's try it. Maybe just maybe this. Maybe light. It becomes, after you've got the shape and the structure, it becomes values. Is that light enough? Maybe. Oh yeah, maybe not quite that, but it's kind of in the right. Here, let's put one over here. Let's kind of play. Oop.
Teresa says,
Like that.
there are professional sales and used car sales. You are far from used car style sales.
Remember the guy we went to across the river?
Those are terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want to say the company out loud.
No, but I remember we're just in.
Oh gosh, he was a pain.
We were put in like a unair conditioned.
It was so bad. It was bad
in the summer.
Yeah.
And like the paneling. That trailer had to be older than me by like 30 years. It's how old it felt.
And they've been around.
I know. It felt weird.
I need to quit playing with that part.
Yeah, and it was just like this dinky trailer, wood paneling, so stuffy.
Introduced us to the manager. I'm like, why?
Why? We just want to look at your car, sir. I remember that.
I remember leaving going, even if I love that car, I'm not buying that car.
Ooh, it was like the limey green VW Bug.
Was it the lime one?
It was the limey
I was
green
seriously
one.
thinking about the lime green.
Yeah.
Although I like my white Bug, Betty White, because the name, Emily named it. I'm like, that's such a good name.
This would have been pre-red.
Oh, yeah.
I think we went looking for...
Because I looked at a lime green one in another town, too.
Yeah. I think this one was because I was young. So it wouldn't have been like when I was 16 and you were looking for the yellow one.
Oh, yeah.
This was the red Bug that I had.
Oh, maybe, was that when I bought the one with the racing stripes and the manual?
No, this is like pre your first one, like at 5th grade.
Oh.
Is how old I remember being.
I bet you're right.
I think because you were deciding between the red and the green. Because you kind of liked the glittery green.
Oh, I didn't like that limey green. Look at the limey green. I kind of like the limey green.
Yeah, it was a good green. And at that time, really, you could only find, unless you like ordered one straight off the press. I don't know, the car press. It was like the reds and the greens most often had the tan interior, and you wanted tan. So
because it gets so hot. Because the black seats burn your short and your legs.
Yeah, like my car right now, it has black leather, or fake leather, I don't know. But I put down a towel so I don't burn my thighs on the seat.
I think I'm going to go this route. This might be too soon, but I'm going to put in dots and spots. Oh, I bet you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I just pictured you older because you... But I would have let you come too, you know?
Yeah, I was...
Oh, you and
when you got the first one?
Your brother Jack are such good kids. And you would tell me, like, I don't want to go or I want to go. You know?
I think I was young because I just remember him being like, oh, well, I thought you would have been like 15. I'm like, sir, I'm 10. And I know I look 10.
He was trying to schmoot. He was so good. He was gross.
Yeah, and I was like, as somebody that I worked the front desk at the gym, and you had to be 18 to work there. I swear, if I worked the front desk, every shift someone would be like, are you old enough to work here? Because everyone knew you had to be like 18 to work there, and I'm like, yes, I'm literally 20.
You look young and you're short.
So I knew that man was
gross,
just fluffing.
Gross. Thank you for saying that. That got us on a whole tangent.
Yeah.
And thank you for saying that, because I don't want to be. I mean, I really appreciate the support, but there is no pressure to support. I think that makes sense. Oh, there we go.
But
I'm just trying to put in fun marks and strokes.
I don't remember where we got yellow, but I remember it was kind of like we found yellow, and you're like, "This is." I
just got that in the suburbs south of here.
Okay, yeah, I think so too.
Because I got it used,
and it was certified pre-owned or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yellow, we just got yellow.
Yeah. So you could have my old red bug.
Yes.
That you dented on the first day you drove to school. Well, you didn't dent it.
I didn't dent it. Someone sideswiped me and drove away.
No.
And then I literally
You were so upset.
I literally drove back home because the house we lived in was literally like, it was a 3-minute drive for me to get to high school. Yeah. And I cried in your arms, and then I got back in the car and I went to school.
Wasn't a friend with you, too?
Yes. Yeah. Because
it's only funny now. I didn't laugh. Did you think I was going to be mad?
Yeah. Well, no. Was not like actually mad.
Was I mad?
No, I just felt bad because that car was your baby.
Did. Of course. Well,
and you had just given it to me.
You polished it the day I brought it home. That car was your baby too. Do you remember you polishing my car? Yeah. And then
if
I got mad, I shouldn't have.
No, you didn't get mad, but just like how you'd be scared to tell a parent anything,
Yeah, you never know.
And
it's a big thing, and you never know.
And then I don't know how long you had yellow, but then you got racing. You got Doug Bug. Who was the racing stripe turbo stick shift.
Manual. Oh, I love the manual.
Who I tried to learn how to drive a stick on. And I think
we needed a bigger spot. That would have been easier for you.
Well, and you were saying you kept telling me first gear, second gear is hard. First gear, second gear is hard.
First gear is hard.
Yeah, like trying to get there is hard. And I would only drive it in the neighborhood because I didn't want to get stuck on the road. But I do feel if someone had a manual and I needed to get to the hospital, I would be fine. Knowing how to, I know how to drive one. You got it out
because you know the basics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
I remember when I couldn't get that car in reverse when I test drove it. Because it had a different reverse.
Yeah, because you have to, push down or whatever.
And I'm like, what do we do?
Yeah. We literally I remember we were in a cul-de-sac, and we just kept rolling. We kept rolling, because you'd stick it in neutral. So we were rolling back, but it wasn't, reverse back. That was so funny.
Well, it was a little scary.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys were telling stories tonight.
And then what I thought was so weird is how many. I wonder how many times in somebody's life. I guess unless you sell it in a smaller town, but there's 750,000 people in Omaha area.
Oh, 1 million for the whole.
1 million for the whole area.
Yeah.
And sure, we sold the yellow bug to a local dealer, but I've never seen a car again, and we saw the bug, the yellow one.
Because it had a
double spoiler.
It had the double spoilers because they put the wrong spoiler on it for me. And I'm like, nice spoiler, wrong one. You get to see those guys going, oh, crap.
Yeah. But
that was funny, kind of funny, too.
Yeah, but we saw it at the mall, a month later.
Yeah.
2 months later.
That was kind of wild.
And then you got Betty. You were like, I'm done with this stick. I don't remember. Oh, no, because bugs were... I think you got Betty because they were announced that bugs were done.
I didn't get the last model year, but I have a 2018. The last model year is a 2019.
Yeah.
I don't remember why. Well, and the sticks are harder. Just you have to order them.
And you went back to automatic because if this was going to be your car for a long time, and Jack and I needed to drive you somewhere.
Yep, that's why. Yep. Sorry.
Yeah.
I kind of jumped in on you there.
Although in reality, if you become. If you can't drive yourself somewhere, my car's probably, or Chase's car is probably easier to get into than...
Yeah, but you guys were younger.
Yeah, true.
Now you're an old lady.
Yeah.
I think I might have enough dots. Is that any better, or does it still need... Oh, that might be better, but they're kind of too random, or too spread out. I'm being critical. I wonder if the orange glow is too bright on the tall... Pear, the orange reflective color on the bottom end.
Let me pull you up big.
Here, I can just do this. I think that's too bright.
Since he's on the other Pear, it doesn't, my eyes don't.
It's not screaming?
Yeah, it doesn't scream at me because it's on the other Pear. There's a touch of it higher.
Maybe if I just tone it down a little. Probably shouldn't play with it. That's where it gets scary. Your paintings are like, okay, this is pretty good. Do I keep going?
Yeah.
Let's give it a little. Now I'm getting it a lot. What I could do. I kind of did do it in the other one. Oh, maybe we'll just take straight up quinacridone. I'm going to rinse out my brush. So as I get more towards the end, smaller brush strokes, and more thought, less stuff gets done. I'm going to take a little quinacridone, and hopefully it's thin from the water. I have yet to have it go too thin on me. I used to be so afraid of that.
I do keep seeing like videos of teen girls. It's like their first car online, and they have like my age bug, the one that I sold.
Oh, I think that was
2016.
Okay. No, it wasn't that.
2006, because I went 10 years newer when I got a new car. It was a 2006.
Oh, because I was thinking 2008 is when they finally fixed the cup holders so they wouldn't spill when you turned a corner. And that's when I finally bought one.
2006.
Doesn't matter. Keep going.
Hey, I'm gonna look. How do I look? I don't know. I swear it's 2006, because I got a 2016 car now.
$20?
$20. I bet I did a post about it on Instagram. Maybe I'll have to find my old Instagram.
Well, if we go to my old blog, I think there's a ketchup mustard post.
Oh, I should.
But there's a link on the bottom of where.
Well,
you'd have to go to my graphic design website. Yeah. It doesn't have a URL anymore. It still has a Wix one, but it doesn't have.
Bug. Oh.
I used to have an art licensing business blog, but we do personal stuff on it once in a while.
That's from February 14th.
I'm just putting some warmer color in the shadow, which I don't know if it makes much difference. It can be kind of fun. I did do it in the other one.
So, it's not on your... Would I have to go somewhere else?
Well, it's on that old art licensing blog.
Oh.
So it's Blogger.
Oh, I found
it. And the link is on the bottom of...
Yeah, I found it.
But I don't know if it'll even search well. Do you know what I mean?
I know. Let's find out.
Yeah, I put some quinacridone right over it, and it instantly muddies because I put it on thin. It is, let's see if I can find it. It's a semi-transparent color, so that box is half full. So the combination of the two, just have that color come up through. Mute it down for you, or for me. Gosh, they're looking kind of done.
2006.
Oh!
Because the other ones in Daisy was 2009.
Thanks for being patient while we have the argument. This could be done. I might play with it a little bit. Go ahead.
No, I'm just,
I need to do the stems.
Just basking in it,
You were so excited when I got that first one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would have gone... If it was in between the red and the yellow, because that would have been my car, I feel like I still would have gone to them all. But I mean, I remember we went to quite a few. We went to one in Lincoln. That was one of the greens.
Yeah, that was a green.
We went somewhere else. We went and drove, I feel like we drove a cream one, and you basically got in and you're like, no.
I can't, yeah.
But I don't think I would have done all of that at like 16 and gone to all those different places.
True, you would have had more of a life. I was trying to figure out another way to say it, and I just said it. I decided to put some yellow in this one because there's quite a bit of yellow in that one. I feel like this one's a little looser.
JRMCU says that is so good.
Oh, thank you. For me, it's easier to paint loose pears than a loose Highland cow. Although my cat, which some of you have seen this one, is much looser. And I like it. Although I haven't liked it for maybe a month, but now I like it.
I love that.
I just tell you that in case you guys have, not every artist does that, but it takes me a while to detach from them because I have stuff in my head that doesn't happen. But that's probably one of the loosest animals I've done, you think maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If that was like a tabby or
one of your
black
cats.
I would have snatched that one. I love that background.
I like the orange ones because I can put blue in the painting and I get more cheese,
Mm-hmm.
And I like that it's sleeping. It's kind of an old, looks like an old window well or something it's in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not window well, windowsill. Okay, what was I thinking? I gotta quit talking.
But it makes me want to bug again. They aren't so awful, like driving in the snow.
Yeah, they're not very high up and they're not very heavy compared to yours.
Yeah, my car is a big difference. It's still itty bitty, which I like, but there's a big driving difference. Maybe I also just think that too because, my 2006 car wouldn't even tell me if the tire was low, and now my car I can leave on and it'll tell me the pressure of each tire.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
But
I would say you look at your tires.
I'm like, okay.
That's how I found mine were low and flat because my light didn't always come on this last time.
I'm pretty sure my tires were just looked at by other people and people would be like, Emily, that's really low.
I would look at your tires when you drive away.
Yeah.
Probably annoyingly, but I would do it anyway.
Well, I think I drove home when it was pretty low, but I didn't. It was dark out. I was driving home from a friend's house that just lived like a neighborhood over,
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's what that feeling was.
Well, that's how you know now.
I think Dad had said, Emily, your tire's literally flat. Did you drive home like that? I was like, I don't think it was flat. I would have felt that.
It probably wasn't.
Yeah. But I remember I woke up and there was a boot on my car. The spare. Or not the boot, the spare.
Oh, did you? That was nice.
Mm-hmm. And then I had to drive slow for a while because you could only drive like 25, 30 miles an hour on that little
Yeah,
spare.
You can't go like on the highway. You're not supposed to go on the highway or freeway. Well, I do the game of fill it up and the place is close.
Yeah, I just race there.
Play the game.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Cheaper
You've
than a
done
tow
that
truck.
game.
Unless you bend your rims and stuff, then it's not cheaper than a tow truck.
That's what my current car, it's like a kit where you basically just fill the tire with stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't know how that works.
I know. I don't like, whereas like Chase clipped a very sharp curb, turning into like a food takeout place of the food place that was closed, and it was so sad. And then he hit the curb a little bit, but it was basically a short retaining wall that they hadn't sanded off, and it just shredded the corner of the tire, and we could hear it.
Oh.
And so it's like dark out, and we were changing his tire. I was like, I would much rather have a spare tire in my car than do I like puncture it and fill it with stuff? I guess.
I don't know. Somebody probably knows.
I know. I don't like the thing that my car has. It always worries me if I get a flat. I'd rather just change it to a spare.
What's going through my head now is like, stop.
I know. Yeah. Barbara says, I love the cat.
Oh, thank you.
Barbara also says, question, would you put a highlight on the stem of the pear on the right?
I need to do the stems.
Yeah.
Yep, we'll just do them now. I keep seeing things. I'm like, well, maybe one more little thing because don't want to forget about it, but I'm going to forget about the stems. So yes. I mean, really, no, it's your art. So you can do you. And then people can walk up to it and they don't know you're the artist. And they say, wow, love the pears, hate the stem. It's kind of fun to listen to. Oh, that's not what I... Ooh, actually, that's not what I want, but a little pink in there is kind of fun.
This blog post's like 10 years old. Did you say I'm 19? Yeah, 2015.
Gosh, it doesn't seem like it, does it?
I know, yeah.
Of course, you and I, the older you got, the more we were buds, the less I was a parent.
Mm-hmm.
Until I like felt I had to be like, wait till you're in college. I don't need to know how late you're out.
Mm-hmm.
You get to do what you want. I was mostly just worried about goofy friends.
Yeah.
I had friends that did
kind of nerdy though.
Yeah, well, there's a couple times I had friends. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
I thought you were better than that.
Yeah, I had that like maybe sophomore year, and then it always scared me too much. I was like, oh no. But the friends that I remember I was asking about like because they literally live a block apart from each other, so their parents didn't care. They would just walk home fast,
Right.
But I always had to leave early, and I was like,
I know that was hard. I knew it was hard.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't know them. It maybe if it was like my friend Patty,
mm-hmm.
and I knew him, that's different.
Yeah, true. Well, then there was the one time I was late to curfew.
Oh yeah.
When I basically did a Rory Gilmore. When she fell asleep in the
the
dance studio with
With
Dean or
Dean.
whatever. Yeah, Chase and I were watching a movie, and I
did a Rory Gilmore once.
felt he was in his parents' house, they were like front little, what would be an office room. They turned into just like a TV room. So they had like.
What time is it?
7:15.
Oh yeah,
they had recliners or whatever in there, and we literally just both fell asleep.
Yeah.
And then I woke up
and
that
really does happen.
I know, and I was like, oh my god. He lived 12 minutes away, and I had 5 minutes to get home.
Well, I wasn't thrilled that you sped to get home.
I was only 1 minute late.
Yeah.
That's how fast I went. I had maybe it's probably a 10-minute drive.
I mean, I appreciate the effort, but
yeah, thank you. Think about how fast
you were
was
screaming.
Going. Yeah.
Of course, you probably didn't have to worry about lights.
No, because I mean,
they
put so many in now, but
yeah.
To Chase's parents' old house and then our old house, that was it. It wasn't. I think like they've added 3 lights on that street since.
Yeah.
And everything was green because I had the good way, you know.
Yeah.
I would be flowing with traffic. I think only time.
I think I even tried to be mad. I don't know if you bought it or not.
I just remember all I remember.
Do you remember?
It's just you appearing like you just floated almost from where your office is to the front of the stairs, and I just remember looking up at you on the stairs, and I went, "I'm so sorry, I fell asleep," and you're like, you said something like,
I'm pretty sure I said, "Don't let it happen again."
Yeah, don't let it happen again. And I was like, yes, okay.
That's exactly what Graham said to me once.
Yeah.
My mom.
Deja vu.
Oh, I knew. I mean, you know, it's just one of those weird things because, I mean, you're a very mature 16, but it's like you just don't want to give too much wiggle room on a few things. You know what I mean, honey? I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's more with little kids, though, too.
Yeah. Teresa says, my car broke down last Tuesday.
Oh.
The battery was so dead, it wouldn't even make a sound. Had to be towed. Was so hot that day. Oh, I almost melted. And
I hate when that stuff happens.
The record driver broke every traffic law. Well, that's nice. Yeah, that would be. I mean, and you have nowhere to go. You can either sit in your stuffy car that you probably can't even turn on enough to roll a window down, or you're trapped outside on just straight cement, you know?
Crank windows are safer. You know? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to decide where the highlight would be on this one. I might just put a couple. That might be too light.
Well, crank windows are safer aside from the fact you can't have child lock.
Oh, I suppose.
Oh,
what? You don't let the kid... Okay, when I grew up, you let the kid crawl around in the back seat
of the station.
No and your parents are smoking like chimneys.
Yeah. There's no seatbelt. You're sitting rear.
And if I was in the front seat, you know, they just stuck the arm out like... I mean, that would help for a little, but not in a huge crash.
Yeah. Catch you by the face.
No, I think overall it's better, but the crank windows worked.
Yeah.
99% of the time. I just remember I did not want power windows. I can remember your father just kind of looking at me. I don't know that made any difference there. I can see it super close, but it's going to dry about the same. It's already starting to dry about the same.
Teresa says the things we survived, LOL.
Oh, gosh, just think of my dad was driving at, did he say 12M? Is that the right age?
Yeah.
Because his father didn't like to drive, so he drove the truck around. Why? I guess I'll just tell him this. I don't know. I try not to do too much personal information. Yeah. Because then they can put pieces together and figure out who you are and where you live. But anyway, he would go with my grandfather to buy cattle because they had the butcher shop in town. Mm-hmm. I think that's so funny. Like, can you imagine letting it? Well, and then he had to literally stand up and put all his skinny little weight
on the clutch,
and the brake.
Yeah,
I'm just like, I can't imagine that.
Well, would power steering have been a thing then?
No, I doubt it.
Exactly. Yeah, that too.
I don't know, but I doubt it.
Like the power steering's gone out in my Bug, and I could barely turn it.
Yeah. That might be another problem too, though.
True. It might cause it to just lock up because
I don't know.
But I was just thinking, what did Chase said something about something of this is how long it's been, or no, I was listening to a book actually, and then she was in the book talking about how you can't smoke in this hotel room or whatever.
Oh right, yeah.
But she was she made some comment like I was old enough to like know that you remember when you could smoke everywhere. I forgot, like, I forgot that like we would go to like Applebee's or like Chili's or something and they'd be like smoking or non-smoking.
Which was always so silly. I mean, it did help because there wasn't someone right next to you blowing it on you. But
I completely forgot that was a thing. Like the smoking, non-smoking. We'd always get a non-smoking hotel room. Yep. I remember that. They would always ask that.
I grew up with smoking parents.
It's not even a question now, you know?
Oh, sorry.
I think that's so weird how that happened, which is such probably a minor thing in comparison to like, yeah, you had no seatbelt. You've seen farther than I have.
Oh, well, you just think about Gramps.
Oh, yeah.
Or Graham.
Oh. Yeah. Being able to record something on the TV had to be wild to Gramps.
He kept up with all of it. I was so impressed with that.
What I do,
you know?
Yeah. But I remember when I was, like, reassuring him that renting a movie on Prime, on Amazon.
The first time made
was,
me nervous.
Like, fine. And that we had done it all the time. And that we do it multiple times, like... We do it every Halloween, you know.
He really didn't trust people online, which understandable.
But that just had to be wild to him that he can just like get the movie online.
Well, then he figures out how to rig it all up so he can have
on the
friends
TV
over. And,
yeah. Teresa says we had no bike helmets and we drank out of the garden hose.
Yep, we did. Gosh, we did that a lot. I always had to have shoes on when I was riding my bicycle, but not a lot of kids didn't.
Yeah, you always had to have shoes on.
Oh, gosh. Well, your pediatrician was really big on that. She's like, do you know how many kids lose toes?
Yeah, that's what you would literally, Emily, you'll lose a toe. And I was like, okay.
Well, my parents didn't say that. They're just like, you can't ride your bike without shoes.
Yeah.
So, but I'm like, oh, that's a great reason. I'm just playing with this. I'm not making it better. I'm just I think I just need to go back to dark. On this, and I'm pretty much done.
Yes, Susie says, my parents smoked. Cars didn't have seatbelts when I was young.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. So many. I think all my classmates, especially in grade school, smelled like smoke. We didn't notice it.
We probably didn't smell it.
We didn't, you didn't notice it. Everybody's house. I mean, there's always a few that didn't, but at least one parent usually smoked. I think we're just going to call that good. I couldn't say, I'm tempted to grab a liner brush. But what I can maybe do is play with a little... it's done. I'm just playing. Well, I don't think that did anything either. Just stamp it on there, basically. Might have done something on that one. Okay, let's call it done. Wow, usually we're not so chatty.
Yeah.
Get a mixed bag on this channel.
Teresa said we had a truck that didn't have any seat belts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta tell this story. My boyfriend, 9th grade through high school, such a nice guy. I think he was shocked when he called me up and he said, do you want to go to ice cream? And I'm like, yeah. He got a motorcycle. I bought it himself once he was 16. And my parents were just sure I rode on it. And now I did get on it once and we went maybe 3 houses down the street and I'm like, stop.
Yeah.
Because do you remember when I had the VW Bug convertible rental and I hated it?
Yeah.
Same thing, but worse. And my parents, and then my brother repeats the story. I have 2 brothers. Repeats the story. I'm like, I did not ride that thing. I did not like it. And they're like, oh, sure.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, fine. You know, I'm not going to convince anybody now.
Yeah,
but they never, I mean, my mom believed me about everything but that.
That's funny.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. I think I would be the same way. Like, it's like,
and then
cool guy, it looks cool, and then the second I would get on it, I'd be like, oh, no. Because every time I see them on the street, especially because we live in, like, the city, a lot of people, I have a friend that,
I'll ride a bicycle, but I'm on trails.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Well, and her son, he rides, and,
oh, yeah.
But he now, like, goes out a little bit, so he's more, like, more country or roads, less busy. Because it's just so busy here, you know?
Yeah, it is. And people don't look, and people, it's just, it's bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I would be the same way. I would have been like, no.
The whole thing, I was so mad they wouldn't believe me.
Yeah.
I'm like.
Cindy said, I have learned so much from you, but my shading is somewhat shady, ... Looks wrong on so many levels.
You know, I don't like my shading on these, but I know what I'm looking at the stream. I'm like, I like them. But I'm sitting here, I don't like them, you know, when I'm on top of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Marla, like I mentioned Marla Bagata. I love her work so much. And I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Yet. Maybe I keep trying. That's another reason I've been trying to paint looser. Like she'll just scribble and do all this stuff. You guys can look her up. I don't know if she's done a video lately, but she's got a lot of great stuff in her library. And she does start to finish real time a lot of pastel paintings. Because like I don't paint that fast. I'm just like, God, that's so cool. You know. So the whole point of that big long story, sorry, Em, is that I don't know if artists like their own work as much as somebody else.
Yeah.
Or their shading or, you know.
I think the Pears would be really good practice,
They're
though.
Really good
especially
because
you gave them one direct light source.
Oh, yeah, here we should.
Especially like the Today one. It's just like one side light, one side darker.
Yeah, I did a little stronger, a little more definite. This one's a little softer.
There's no...
But the light's coming from over there.
Yeah.
We can get Artie out of there. No, Pears are excellent practice for drawing, painting, brushwork.
Yeah.
Because they're blobby. And like the reference photo, this one's kind of pinched and almost like it's, I don't know if it's rotting at the top. Or that's just how Pears are sometimes. But I made mine. I didn't like it. But yeah, they're great practice. And then this stem is short and I made this, you know. But they're still, you can change them and they still look like Pears.
Yeah. Whereas like bigger other things, I feel like, you know, because if there's a head on it.
A Highland cow is hard.
Yeah, if there's an animal, like, and the head's turned and that cat creates a shadow where the direct light is affected and it gets messier of, like, where it all goes.
To not scare them quite so much about light, though, what's kind of nice about light is it bounces off of things that they can't see off the canvas.
True.
Like, I've got much more bounce light. Well, I've also made it more colorful than in the reference photo. So that is one thing you can, if you get the structure right, that's really the whole ball game. And then you can mess, like with, I'm trying to think of an example. You know, I could have drawn this all with straight lines, but you get the basic structure right and it still works.
Yeah.
I hope that makes sense. I was trying to think of an example, but I couldn't.
Karen sent a heart emoji. Oh, Cindy, who made the comment about the shading, said, "In love with your cows."
Oh, thank you. I sell a lot of cows, so there's a lot of cows on the channel.
Susie says, "Love how your Pears turned out." Barbara says,
they're fun.
Yours is much better than the picture. No rotten stem.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I like trying to make it happier than the photo.
Yeah. Teresa says, "Great Pears, Annie."
Oh, thank you guys. You guys are so kind. We have the nicest people on YouTube. I'm certain of it. I wish I could like say, you know, we know that
we have observed from
99.5% of the other YouTubers have crappy fans.
We have watched literally. We spent 70 hours watching every other YouTube channel.
Yeah, and really, I can get away with this crazy stem. Because people are they're not going to think that much about it. They just look at it and they go, ooh, color. Usually what sells them is the color for me because I paint a lot of color. You know, and then the title, I name them like they're people.
Yeah. I will say, back to the people, your people are nice. I would say 9 times out of 10, your videos have like 100% like rate or a 97.7, which means it's like a dislike or two.
The nicest people on YouTube are right here. Not Emily and I, it's you guys. Okay. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed the chatter. That was fun for me. I couldn't have chattered like that through a cow painting.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that also helped. That it's Pears.
No live next week.
No live.
And I'm thinking a big bumblebee. Oh, I don't have one handy. Because I'm going to need some small paintings for that darn show I keep talking about. It'll be over soon, and I won't be talking about it anymore. Thank you for hanging out with us. I've started doing this instead of the art hugs.
Yeah, I like it because it just looks like you're punching your fists together for mine.
Yeah, it looks weird. I'm trying to hug you.
Yeah.
Super appreciate your support. Great big happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye, guys.